today's episode, we're bringing it to you from a place called Northbridge. But why am I here? This is a construction site. We are going to talk about construction in Australia and what's the difference between Australia and other places in the world. Well, I have been around the world in many places, in Europe especially, and what we do here in Australia, we do it really well. And one thing that we are very good at it is safety. And I'm proud to be Australian and talk about construction and safety in construction. We are number one. Like many other things here in Australia, we're number one. Construction is also one of them. What are we doing here on this job? Basically, we're making this space much bigger because everybody now wants to just get the spaces bigger. But how do you have to do it without worrying the whole thing falling onto you? We're going to show you in a minute. But before we go into that, let's have a look at some of these videos, because some things that we don't do it 100% because people, they don't use licensed builders. Like here, for example, there's a licensed builder and they do the job right. Now, let's have a look at this. If you want a job done, you can get these guys to do it. But if you pay peanuts, what do you get? These guys. I have a better idea. What about if we get Rocco? Have a look at the last job that Rocco did. Sorry, I can't help myself. I'm just laughing with my own jokes. Why do you think this is weird? Anyway, I have to wear this. See, something could fall on you. You have to wear this. Okay, there's no one here inside today. We're just on our own, so there's no work happening. Everything is being looked after, so there's no danger for me being here. So we looked at that, so don't worry. Be happy. Anyway, let's have a look at this now. But I think it's better if we ask an expert, because, you know, we're only just a licensed builder. What do we know? So there is actually an expert, and her name is Seri Barba. Yeah, she's actually, they call her the Queen of Renovation. Yes, and she's actually made a lot of money. She's very rich because she always does a lot of jobs on a very low budget. She's very good, actually. But I thought we'd just talk to her about safety. Let's see what she does about her own safety on her own sites.
This week I'm going to talk to you about site safety and how to take necessary precautions to prevent this sort of thing happening. Now, safety is absolute paramount on site.
Yeah. Okay, Seri, but yeah, I've got a problem. I can't say I say Seri because I have a problem like ship and ship. I mean, that's a ship and that's a sip for me. It's very difficult for me. They said to me I shouldn't be here, you know, because I can't say the ship and the sip. And I can not say Seri, but that's a French name. So what about, oh, Montserrat? Oh, Montserrat, that's a French name. And basically we can talk in French, so I can say Seri without having a problem. And they can say to me, your accent is very bad. This is a French accent, Seri. Okay. Now, Sari, let's have a look. You know, okay, we want to demolish this, but, you know, isn't it better if we actually, instead of the salvo, we can use something else? Have a look at this. Salvo. It's actually for, you know, just shoveling. Not for the monster. Anyway, yeah, Montserrat, I think it's important that you wear this helmet sometimes because, you know, it's very dangerous.
Whoopsie. I almost just smashed Mal on the head. Could have knocked some sense into him.
Make sure you just, everybody has to keep away from Sari. Was they working around her? Oh my God, she nearly killed him. Okay, and this.
Well, 3 rooms, a tight budget and lots of elbow grease. That is the challenge for Australia's renovation queen, Seri Barba. And the results are in.
Don't want a render on my back.
And now this piece of advice. Okay, you have a brand new floor. Okay, Sari, brand new floor, and we got to be careful. Okay, because we make sure that we don't scratch it.
Now, in your renovation project, you've just come through and you've laid brand new timber floorboards. Fantastic.
Okay, what about the ladder? Make sure you can't put the ladder on the brand new floor because you might scratch it. You have to protect it. Now, what about this? Look at this. What, nothing's wrong? What do you mean nothing's wrong? Have another look. Yeah? Did you see it? The scaffolding. Come on. Here in Australia, we do things right. Okay? Basically, scaffolding is very important. We have proper scaffolding that we use that is made for that. Either aluminium for smaller jobs or the steel scaffolding that goes all around the big sites. Now, when you put the scaffold, you have to make sure that the people they're working on are protected. First of all, we don't use timbers like this one. One is rotten, the other one is split. And look at it, there's no handrail around it for protection. There's not a kickboard. Those things are very, very important. That's how we have accidents, especially on residential sites, because people are not very careful. And you can't really put on television, sorry, but you know, it's very bad when people see you doing this kind of thing and they try to imitate you because you know you're very good in making money, but you can't make money by cutting corners. Okay? It's not very good. Now, look at this one. Can I get this out? I just want to pull my hair out. Can I? Hey, where's anybody home? Sorry, but please don't do the same. Don't move trees like this. There's a lot of dangers in there. You're going out on the street with a stupid youth and you're pulling. What if the rope breaks? It's not the right way to pull a tree. Either if you do it by hand, they're only little trees. And you know what? If you dig around and just get the soil out, you can actually reuse it. But you don't use the truck to pull a tree out. I'm sorry. That's, yeah. And then this. Kickboxing. That's called demolition. Sorry. Kickboxing. You're using your hands and you're kicking the toilets to get them out, huh? That's pretty good, isn't it? Oh, sorry. Oh, mon sorry. Oh, mon sorry. Please try to be a little bit more safe. If you like me to come around show you what safety is before you put it on television, I can show you how to do it. Sorry, I'm not an expert. I come from a village. What do I know? But some things like this, I'll learn from these guys here. Now, look at this construction. One of the things you have to be very careful when you're demolishing a wall is what it's above and how you're going to support it. Now, there's a lot of walls above it, there's a roof, there's a lot of things we have to be careful. So an engineer has to come and have a look at it and will tell you exactly what to do. What sort of beam we're going to use, how many props we're going to use. Exactly. It all comes from an engineer. Don't touch it if you don't know what you're doing. Very, very important. You might lose the whole house. Oh, sorry, but I can't help it. I have to tell these people how to do it properly. Anyway, back in the old days, we used to have what we call the needles. We had to put one line of macro props on the other one side, one on the other, and the beaming was very difficult to go in. But look at this. This is Australia. I tell you, we're so good. We're incredible. Look at this. They call it the strong boy. That's not a boy, that's a man. Look how much weight he's holding. I think that these jobs were done by these guys, and they employed these guys, and then they subbed this guy to do it. Incredible, isn't it?